Yo, what's up YouTube? This is Jammerit coming to you today with a brand new video, boys. And today, we're going to be claiming up 4 90 plus icons as well as upgrading our team. So let's get right into the video. So guys, welcome to another video on the channel, and today guys, what we're going to be doing is going through and claiming up a bunch of icons and then using those icons as XP to work on our overall rating. So as you guys can see here, we haven't made any changes to the 134 overall team for quite some time, but today guys, we're going to try and get a few overalls by claiming the icons and using them as XP. So let's jump into it. Now obviously guys, at this moment in time, there is a very, very good opportunity to go through and do a bunch of these icon SBCs. So I'll just go through and show you the ones that we have been working on. Now, first and foremost, the 4th SBC, I'm just going to give you guys like a really, really quick tutorial. Haji is definitely one of the more difficult ones to do because he does require 7 Romanian players, but we've got this 86 overall Matai at the moment, so he's a very, very good option. Now, with all the 4th SBCs for all the icons, guys, you know, you need 7 players from that icons nation, and what I recommend you guys doing is just picking up a whole bunch of like 75, 76s and training them up to 80. Alternatively, if they've got specific players from the treasure hunt event from that nation, say for example, France has the center back and also the 86 overall striker, Fortune, obviously use those and then just fill out the rest of the SBC with high rated treasure hunt players, guys, because most of these 89s, like the left winger, the left mid, sorry, are all like, you know, under 600k. The 87 overall Bakunia is a bit more expensive. Malino is cheap as well, and Matai is like 400k. The thing is that with the Romanians, there were very, very low rated cards, so there were only a few of them actually over 75 overall. But I bit the bullet and trained the rest of them up to 80 overall. So that's like just a quick tutorial for all of the 4th SBCs, whether it be Dutch, you know, if it's French, whatever it is, guys, just go through and consider that as an option. But let's just go through and submit this, and then what we're going to be doing is going through and moving on to claiming 4 90 plus icons, guys, and we'll show you the solutions as well. So then we get back 4 million coins, so that's really, really good, as well as XP. So the XP we pretty much use for the SBC, so we're just replenishing that. And I will go through and do Haji's SBC in the future. Anyway, guys, let's move into our first claiming of our 90 overall icon. Now, we've got Rui Costa. As you guys can see there, the goalkeeper, striker, left mid, right mid, all really, really cheap. Romagnoli was relatively cheap as well, like 550k. We picked up Bonucci during the Vistac season in for around 600 or 700k. And we trained up the 2 center mids. I think they were like 75 or 76 to 80 overall. The 2 expensive pieces, if you don't have time to snipe, are the 2 88 right backs and left backs, but you can definitely try and snipe them for around under 800k if you've got the time. They do pop up occasionally, so try and do that if you can. If not, you'll need to put a bit more coins into this. But let's go through and claim up that Rui Costa first and foremost. 90 overall card, and we finally get to use his XP as well, which is absolutely fantastic. So let's go through and claim him up. There he is, guys. 90 overall Rui Costa, central attacking mid. Won't be using any of these icons, unfortunately, but they are very, very good sources of XP because, as you guys know, icons require 25% more XP. Now, Vieira's Legacy, guys, this is a very, very expensive SBC, but we did have the untradeable Zinchenko and Iwobi, which obviously help drastically with the requirements, so we are going to be using them. We are also using a very, very expensive piece in Aguero, but you could consider using someone else, but we picked him up during the Vistac season end, so he wasn't all that expensive, but still, this is definitely the most expensive SBC that we are going to be doing. The Andelkovic as well is quite expensive, but as always, if you've got the time, try and snipe him, and we are going to be using this 88 overall Cruz just because the SBCs that require Real Madrid players, I'm not sure if I'll be doing them. The Haji obviously requires Real Madrid players, but there's no center mids. So we are going to be submitting this, and we did pick up that check as well from one of the tournaments. So this is a very, very expensive SBC, but I don't mind doing it because I finally get access to Vieira's XP, which is absolutely fantastic. So he is a really, really nice card, but like I said, guys, I probably won't be using him just because he is a center mid, and I don't really have any interest in using a center mid at this moment in time. I'd much rather use the XP. Now, let's move into some defenders. Now, we're going to be doing Schmeichel as well as Zanetti, guys. So We're doing Schmeichel just so we can use XP to go through and rank up our goalkeeper. So 91 overall. His 4th SBC was relatively expensive as well, obviously requiring 7 Denmark players. So that was a bit like the Haji, a bit more expensive, but there were many, many more 75s and 76 overalls that you could use. Here's the team. So once again, guys, we've got a very, very similar layout using a whole bunch of treasure hunt players. We decided to go with Rashford and Lingard and Rojo. Rashford was around 550k, 580k. Lingard, we just picked him up for around 130k. And Rojo, we packed him from the weekend tournament. So there you can see, that is the solution. Now, the 88 overall striker is really, really cheap, so I definitely recommend using him. Also, like I did say previously in the other 2 SBCs, if you've got time, try and snipe the 88s and this 89 overall goalkeeper. If not, you're going to have to pay a bit more. But here is our solution for the Schmeichel, guys. So let's go through and do this. It's definitely a very, very good time to go through and do these SBCs. You know, because we don't know if their prices will rise. If they do rise, I'm not going to be too fussed, because at the end of the day, I'm building my team and I'm finally, you know, using all the coins that we did gain through the World Cup mode. Finally, guys, what we've got here is 90 overall Zanetti. His 4th SBC wasn't as bad. It's got Argentinian players, but as you can see, a very, very similar story. We picked up the Handanovic as well as the Miranda during the Verstag end season. You could consider using Icardi, but when I looked on the market, the Icardi was really, really expensive, so I just decided to pick up the 79 overall Eda and train him up a few ratings. So not all that much XP. If that's one thing, if you've noticed, guys, throughout this whole entire completion of these SBCs, I only use XP when it really, really needed, because ultimately the whole point of these SBCs for me is to use my coins and translate those coins into icon XBCs, or, you know, XP for the icons, and use those icons into my main team. So that is the solution. Once again, you can go through and have a look on your market at the prices, but very, very happy with this. So let's go through and submit this, guys, and that is going to be our 4th 90 overall icon claim for this video, which is absolutely fantastic. What I want to go and do now is actually have a look at a few options in relation to what I can do for my team and upgrades. So guys, here we are going through and upgrading our team now. So we've got this Yashin, we've got 1.2 mil of his XP, 1 million from the SBCs, as well as 200k left over from his campaign. We used the other Yashin in a video a few days ago to get the De Gea up to 100 base. So let's just go through and use a whole bunch of this icon XP. And then, guys, we're going to melt him into a Neuer that we've got. So let's go through and do that. I'm not sure exactly how much the Neuer needs to get up to 95 overall. But there he is, 93 overall Yashin. Right, guys, moving on to melting the Yashin into this Neuer. So as you can see, obviously, he requires much less XP, because icons, like I did say previously, require 25% more. So let's go through and get this Neuer up to 95 overall. And then we'll look at melting the Schmeichel into the Blake, and then go from there. So that's going to cost us another 2.2 mil, which is all good. There he is, guys, 95 overall Neuer. And now what we're doing is taking this Schmeichel that we just picked up and putting in the million XP. We're also going to put in the remainder of the icon XP as well that we've picked up, obviously, from the weekly event. And then, guys, we're going to melt him into a 89 overall Blake, because you can snipe him relatively cheaply. And finally, the final piece of the puzzle, so that 93 overall Schmeichel is going straight into Blake. As you can see, once again, less XP is required, guys. So we are sacrificing coins for XP, and we are going to be using some of the XP that we've got from the FIFA champion rewards. So it's going to cost us a whole bunch of XP, but it's for a greater cause, and that's going to be 3.2 mil. And now we can finally do a double rank on De Gea. So let's go through and rank up the De Gea. So here's the team at the moment. As you can see, we've also obviously got that Mkhitaryan, but we aren't going to be using him at the moment just because we're waiting for one more player that I really, really do want. I don't know who it's going to be, but when that player does come, we will change it out for sure, and we'll let you know. So there is rank 1 on De Gea, guys. And then the second rank on De Gea is going to cost us 3.25 mil. So you can see that this rank is very, very expensive, but all good. You know, I've wanted this card in the team for a very, very long time. He may not be the best, but I do really enjoy him. Now what we're going to be doing is ranking up this Bale, so let's get into that right away. So guys, first and foremost, what we're going to be doing is using this Vieira. So 1 mil XP obviously is going to go straight into him. So that's going to be a great, great piece to getting up a card to 96 overall for the Bale rank. Now guys, what we're going to be doing is taking this Vieira and melting him into this 89 overall. I could also use the Rui Costa, but I think I'm just going to use the Vieira for now. and just use some of the XP that I've got. We'll obviously use the Rui Costa in the future. We've still got that Deco as well, but I'm just holding out because who knows, his SBCs may come back. Because we haven't got some of the old SBCs for the icons, which is very, very strange. I hope that they do come back, like the Ronaldinho. For a lot of people, you know, a lot of people would want that Ronaldinho, but still not yet to come since the first initial release. So let's go through and upgrade this card here. So 96 overall. Now, guys, what we can do is actually go through and melt him into the Bale. So let's go through and do that. This is going to be our second rank on Bale. As you guys can see, you know, the De Gea and the Bale are very, very expensive to rank, but, you know, I was able to get them relatively cheaply during the end of the Versatex season, so that's absolutely fantastic. We're going to use the Aguero because I may use the Pirlo in the future, I don't know, but there he is, guys. Rank 2 on Bale, and that's going to take us up to 137 overall. Now what I want to do is do a final rank on the Aguero to get him up to rank 3. I'm thinking about changing the Messi, but let's go through and finish off the video with rank up on Aguero and then go from there. So guys, we just went through and melted in the 1 mil XP into Crespo. We actually packed Crespo from the tournament. We are going to be using this Bailey as well to get him up to 97 overall. So let's go through and do that. I'm thinking about using some of the 90 overall cards that I haven't used, like the lens and stuff, because to be honest, 90 overalls, you know, if you're not going to use them as base cards, they are decent for XP, so we are probably going to be using them, guys, in today's video as XP. They've been on my bench for a very, very long time, and it's time to get rid of them. So we are going to be using the Acosta and the lens. So they're worth 300k XP, and, you know, I don't need any more 90 overall attacker base cards because, obviously, I've already got my 2 attackers at 90 overall. You know, that being, I've already ranked up my first 2 attackers being the Messi and the Aguero, so I don't actually require any of these 90 overall cards anymore, so that's why I'm going to be using them. You could use them in SBCs as well, but, you know, I just think that using the treasure hunt players, guys, because they're so cheap, is a better option. So let's go through and use some of these small chunks of XP and then get that Bailey up to 97 overall. Obviously, you can get the Bailey relatively cheap if you try and snipe him, but what I want to do now is just do the final piece of this video and rank up Aguero for a 3rd time. I'm still waiting on a striker to replace Messi with, but let's go through and do this 2.5 mil. But other than that, guys, it's pretty much going to be the end of the video for today. How is your progress going? What's your overall? And there it is, 138 overall, and peace.